we're going to give this a shot. It seems like me doing this through mobile, I have some good time. It's able to make it work. What a night last night. Yeah. Whew. You can see my beautiful little kitchen area background there. Last night was something. It was, as we said on my stream last night, the few people that showed, thank you very much. And with me the whole time. Of course, my wife now messages. She's on the way home, so I'll have to walk around when she gets here. Thank you those for hanging out for the whole time last night in the stream. But as we discussed last night, wow, it is not the speech many expected. But now in retrospect, many are saying it was a better speech than they expected. It wasn't all fire and brimstone. And while Trump did do his average, look what we've done, we've the best economy ever, and all that. Yes, I cannot do Trump. While he did some of that, he did not do as much as he normally does. He did do a lot of patriotism. And yes, he did make the Democrats look horrendous. But there were moments he tried to reach across. And honestly, he gave the Democrats every single chance to be human, be normal, not be horrid, and maybe join the American public. But they couldn't do it. They couldn't bring themselves to not be crazy. They just couldn't let it go. They were bent on being totally dogmatic and hateful. They wanted nothing to do with any type of common sense or reach across. And he did give them chances. But once Trump once again saw the chances slapped away, that was it. It's over. So there were some moments that were pretty amazing. I'm not going to bury the lead. I mean, you've seen the clips everywhere. It's one reason I'm doing it on my phone also, not just because of time and stuff I got going on. But everybody's playing the clips for you and reading the articles and then just talking to you. Hey, look at the article. Yeah, I'll do that sometimes, but I like to give you my raw, honest talk and belief about that. I got animals wandering around all around me here. First off, I'm going to start off with something a little off. A lot of people are only partially talking about. Ilhan Omar. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Trump totally nailed on the fact that, I'm sorry, in one state alone in the United States, we have found between 10 and I'm going to be nice about this, 10 and 20 billion in fraud. It's an insane amount of money, guys. Between 10 and 20 billion in fraud. That is nutso amount of fraud in one state. Imagine the fraud, and Nick Shirley's already busting some more of this out in other areas, so are other people. Imagine the fraud in a lot of other, and I'm going to say it, Democrat states. And I'm going to actually give the Somalis a little bit of a little bit of an out in a way. The Somalis, I'm sorry, on average, just the facts are they're not the most intelligent humans on earth. Now, there are millions being found taken by the Somalis, taken out through airports, in their pockets, the houses, the glasses, the cars, whatever they've bought. But I'm giving the Somalis a little bit of an out. The Democrat Party used them. I'm going to say fully 70% of all the Democrats in Minnesota government knew about it or were involved. And I'm going to say some Republicans probably were too. Or were just too chicken crap to do anything about it and just turn their heads. So I'm not going to give the Somalis all the crap because we know the millions. Sorry, my oven. Let me set this timer. Sorry about that. Professional, huh? The Somalis, we know millions. The millions we can trace to them. Well, that's funny. There are billions missing. Where are the rest? I will say the Somalis were used by the Democrats and or Uniparty to launder the money. The Somalis did the thieving with the help of the government people. And then the Somalis got millions in kickbacks. But the Democrat Party, Uniparty, whatever, walked off with billions. Where are the billions? So while Trump did nail the Somali pirates to the wall in his speech, and sorry, Somalians are known worldwide for being scammers and pirates. And every state that has been looked at, where the Somalis are, there is theft. Crazy. In fact, a bunch of these places after Nick Shirley busted them out have now suddenly closed up and disappeared. So that's the first one. I know a lot of people aren't going to start off with that because they're after the raw meat where Trump totally pwned the Democrats. Okay, fine. Where Trump did. One, the Democrats proved 100% they care about American citizens. Second, maybe even third, Trump said the first duty of the government is to take care of and serve the American citizenry, the public, the citizens. Democrats, as en masse, sat with their thumbs in their butts, thumbs up their butts, and looked sour over that. Because to Democrats, you, me, and every other American citizen is not their priority. It is illegal aliens being their priority. Prove me wrong. So yeah, that looked bad. And even a lot of Democrat pundits are going, ugh, yeah, that was a bad look. That was a real bad look. The Democrats didn't even stand up and say, yeah, clap, clap, clap. Of course. The American citizenry are our first priority. No, they couldn't even do that. They had to sit, do bitter Trump face, and be pissed off. They told everyone, whether you are a Democrat, not a Democrat, dislike the Democrats, think they're the biggest thieves in the world, or love them to death, that American citizens are, at the very least, second place. So I'd say third, because they look at their party first. They look at the illegal aliens, their new voting base. They want second, and citizens maybe distant third. All right, so that just made the Democrats already look horrible. Yeah, I'm standing, so I'm shaking a lot on this. Then, actually, I think I'm gonna let my dogs out. Hang on a sec. All right, everybody, go outside. Come on, everybody's, guess who's coming home? Come on. Sorry, I'm gonna get them out. So when they flip out in a second, hurry up. Come on, Gemma, move. Go, go, go. Come on. I know what you're doing. Don't know what she's doing. All right, so. And they're going to freak out here in a minute. My wife's coming home, so. Okay, so. Then the second one that was pretty bad also. Trump really went after the transitioning of children thing. Trump went and talked about the insanity, which it is, of states giving refuge and going behind parents' backs and or keeping parents away from kids, then taking away even if they won't okay the transitioning of a minor child. Some states will even give sanctuary to a child against its parents. Look up Washington, what they're doing there. Against their parents' will to transition them. These are people who can't choose what they eat for dinner, can't drink alcohol, can't do any of this. I said in my short earlier, these are people we don't let choose to eat chocolate pudding and whiskey every meal. But hey, they think they want to be Barbie or G.I. Joe when they grow up, or a superhero, but they can choose to change their body parts. Insanity. And Trump called them out. And every Democrat, once again, sat their thumbs in their butts with sour, bitter Trump face and said nothing. And he called them exactly what they are. In one of the best moments of the night, he called them crazy. He said these people are crazy. And most of the American public believe so also. There's nothing else to say about it. Wow, I've been live 10 minutes and people show up. Hey, Jay Watterson. So no, it is, Trump's speech was not what we expected, but he really, in the ways I laid out, really called out the Democrats, and the Democrats looked horrendous. I mean, totally horrendous. I've seen Democrat pundits today while I'm going around doing things, listening to a lot of things. These guys are not happy. There are people with common sense like Fetterman who are just like, for the love of God, stop going to the insane side. Stop crapping on Trump just to crap on Trump and going against the will of the people. The last one Trump really nailed the Democrats on was voter ID. And they once again sat there. I think there were actually a couple that stood up during this one, but they crapped they want to just say it's racist. When 80% of all Americans, including their own constituents, at a level of 67 to 70%, want voter ID. And Donald Trump. Wow. We need more politicians to speak that plainly and not do it because they think it's cool because Trump does it. No. To do it honestly, Trump talks like this normally. Normally. And he called them out for it. The only reason you would not want voter ID when your own constituents are calling for it, Democrats, black people wanted them at about 76%. Black, mostly Democrats, want voter ID at a higher level than white Democrats. That should tell you everything you need to know. They do want to cheat. That's it. Tell me another reason. Where's my buddy Jimmy when I need him? Where is my boy Jimmy? Come on, Jimmy. Come on in and tell me how I'm wrong on that. But no, this is a breakdown. I'm going to move because my wife's going to come in. The dogs, things are going to get crazy in here in a second with them. So that's why I booted the dogs out. So I'm going to walk over here, guys, and sit down. It'll be a little dark, but I'm not turning anything on. No, but I think Trump really did. I don't want to be one of those Trump Trump cultists, but that may have been his best State of the Union address. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Do you think it was his best? I know what Democrats are. They're just sour, bitter beer face like crazy. Sorry, getting shoved. They are just sour, bitter beer face over this whole thing. Yeah. They're butthurt. They're angry. They tried to have a pre-show that was just pitiful, scripted, and they picked a lady to come out there to talk about the amazingness of America and try to connect with Americans who barely spoke English. She was not only that, but let's call it what it is. For wherever she came from, she wasn't very bright. She could put nothing together, couldn't handle anything, let alone speaking in a way that most people understood. There were Democrats standing along the stage just going, oh, you could see the pain on their face as they were going, who the hell chose this person? You chose somebody that nobody can barely understand. She can't even get out of her own way to read something she wrote. And she is very short bus, if you know what I mean. So there were Democrats right there just going, oh. And of course, you got racist Joy Reid there. They brought out all the BS. Best of all was Abigail Spanberger, the ex-CIA agent, coming out doing a response afterwards. Actually, that's not the best. The best is the end one, where I put a post up on my channel about it. A quick post. A lot of people don't see the little posty things. But after Abigail Spanberger got done with all of her lies, she even had to spout, Trump is Russia's friend. And then Trump is going to go to war with Iran. Russia and Iran are allies. Both can't be true. Russia is also an ally of Venezuela that Trump also hammered. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Trump he just totally put him in disarray. Spanberger said a bunch of crazy lies. And the fact that she had the balls to say, we Democrats are making everything more affordable. We are. Well, she is trying to put in 50 new taxes in her own state now, including a tax on battery-powered weed whackers. And if you want to go with Democrats' affordability, that didn't last long. Today, even Governor Pritzker came out and admitted the Chicago Bears are leaving Chicago and they can't stop it. So just today, my wife back on, ooh. Those of you don't know, we are stuck in Illinois. We're prisoners of Illinois. Unless somebody wants to donate about $300,000 so we can escape. But no, Governor Pritzker came out and admitted, yeah, it's going to either go to Arlington Heights, which is kind of close to Chicago, and maybe they'll try to keep the Chicago Bears name, or it's going to go to Indiana. Indiana is pushing hard. They're doing everything needed. Hey, Lee, how's it going? How you doing today? But yeah, this is looking real rough. Democrats can't even get their lies out of her mouth. Even if you ignore her own state, the next day, a Democrat governor comes out and admitted that they're losing the Bears because of affordability and taxes. Way to make things more affordable, Democrats. Or as Jimmy would call me for saying that, I'm a rhino. I'm sorry. He's a legend to me. He was the quintessential lefty, one trying to lie that he's a right person, but everything out of his mouth. I was trying to pin him down. Lee was trying to pin him down. A couple others were. There were others in chat just calling him out. So yeah. Whew. But yeah, the State of the Union last night was a good speech. Democrats before and after was pitiful. I mean, Spanberger had to fall back on Russia. I mean, tell me you're out of talking points when you're going back to that. All right, the last little thing I wanted to talk about. This isn't going to be a real long stream. My voice is still shot from 2 yesterday, a couple little shorts today, and Al Green, the perennial Democrat jackwagon. What a clown show he is. Tried to hold up a sign giving Trump crap because of that meme that accidentally got a little bit of on one of Trump's posts showing Obama as apes and stuff. He tried to hold up a sign that said black people aren't apes, or blacks aren't apes. It was horrible. But the dumbass, the biggest caught picture is as Donald Trump was walking by, he held up his sign to get his moment in the sun and held his hand over the letter A. So it's black people rent apes. What the frick? It's stupid. And let's be honest, Al Green looks a little Cro-Magnon himself. But he had his chance. Go viral. Well, he went viral. He went viral a second time for being an absolute retard. I mean, just stupidity. Gotta watch your hands there, Al. Democrats, you just can't win. You try to meme, you screw it up. You try to get a viral moment, you got it, but you screw it up. You try to talk about affordability. Next day, Bears are leaving Illinois because of affordability. And then the only other talking point left was Russia. Holy crap. What do you do with that? Trump, I don't know. He just decimated them. And a lot of things show he's gained a lot of points, a lot of America over that speech. And honestly, looks like it did a lot of good with the center, more independent voter. So, whew. It was good. He really, really nailed it. But I will open it up to you guys. We'll hang out a little bit. What do you think? Which own, either self-owned by the Democrats or where Trump totally owned them, do you think was the best? And well, I see if you guys, anybody's here to chat, I will keep talking a little. I did also like that Donald Trump was honest. He called out even Republicans. He called out Republicans because he wants it passed. No more insider trading in Congress. And Americans support that. Americans support it like crazy. So yeah, why is this menu open next to me here? Ooh, that's even worse. Wow, I don't know why it has to be open during a live stream. But yeah, so I don't know. I thought it was very nice that he actually called them out too. When they stood and clapped, he's like, "Whoa, I can't believe I didn't think you guys would stand and clap for that." Yeah, they should be. None of it. Elizabeth Warren stood up during that. And CNN totally pwned Pelosi for that. I know I'm using old man gamer words. But totally called her out. She's like, "Oh, no, we got this. Everything's fine." No. They said Warren stood up for that and clapped. Love it. Loved it. Either way, whew, it was a barn burner speech. Not the one we expected, but it worked. You don't get that much patriotism on a lot of these speeches. You don't get a real substance. Trump would have normally just sat there and told about how amazing he is, how amazing we are, most of the whole speech, which honestly, most presidents do. But he actually put some real substance in this. But that's just my take on it. So I come on real quick. See what you guys think. And everybody seems kind of quiet today. Actually, from what I was looking at, a lot of the views on a lot of the internet is down on politics because people, they did a huge politics day yesterday. I mean, I guess I could edge off and go, "Hey, how about that Star Trek Starfleet Academy?" That's about as popular as the Democrats right now. Even though it's going to get a second season. Oh, Starfleet Academy. The acolyte of the Star Trek world. Gotta love it. All right, guys. I'm going to hop out of here. I will talk to you later. Thanks for stopping in. And see ya. Maybe. I don't know what that does. Oop, there we go.